Hey everyone, it's Ash here. Welcome back to Know Your Ballot, where we break down every position you might see on a midterm ballot clearly, simply, and without the politics. So let's dive on in. Today, we're going to be talking about the property appraiser. So, if you've ever wondered who determines the taxable value of your home, your business property, then this episode is for you. The property appraiser is an elected official responsible for determining the fair and accurate value of every property in the county for tax purposes. They don't set the tax rates, that's the job of the county commission, but other taxing authorities, right? But they do determine the value of those taxes are based on. Okay. I know that could be a little confusing. So they don't set the tax rates, but they do determine the value that those taxes are based on. In Florida, the property appraiser serves a 4-year term and there are no statewide term limits. So they can run for reelection as many times as they choose. You'll typically see this position on your ballot during midterm election years. Here's what a property appraiser is responsible for on the day to day. They focus on assessing property values, including homes, businesses, land, and agriculture properties. They focus on maintaining property records, updating ownership, parcel boundaries, and building changes. They focus on applying exemptions such as homestead, disability exemptions, widower exemptions, and even senior exemptions. They ensure fairness and accuracy, making sure similar properties are valued consistently. They focus on providing public access to property data through maps, online tools, and records. They work directly with how much property tax you should pay, but they don't control the tax rate itself. So when we look at some of the decisions that they make that you might be able to correlate to this position in everyday life, focusing on something like determining the taxable value of your home each year, right? We all receive that letter in the mail talking about how our home taxes and what they're going to be used for. They adjust the property values after renovations or new constructions are complete. They also approve or deny homestead exemption applications. Now, those follow a specific timeline. So, for you who have bought new homes, make sure you're looking up that timeline and you're able to get that exemption if that's your main residence, especially in the state of Florida. It definitely helps. Those taxes are through the roof right now. Reassessing neighborhoods after market changes is also a responsibility of this position. And then updating maps and parcel boundaries when land is divided or combined. So keeping those records up to date is essential. Let's talk a little bit about some fun facts for this position. The property appraiser does not set your tax bill, they only determine the value your taxes are based on. In Florida, we save on home caps. Well, I'm sorry. Let me back up here. Florida's Save Our Homes caps limits how much our assessed value can increase each year if we have a homestead exemption. So that's a program called Florida's Save Our Homes. Okay, and that caps limits on how much the assessed value of our home can increase each year. I would like mine to stop, by the way, if I can put that out there in the world. And then property appraisers use a mix of market data, sales comparisons, and field inspections to determine values. So, just some fun facts in this position here. When you're voting for a property appraiser every 4 years, here's some type of qualities that you might want to look for in a candidate, right? We're looking for someone who focuses on accuracy, ensuring that they're thinking through fairness, right? That they're being transparent in their communication and maybe what they're using to make these decisions. They have a strong understanding of real estate markets and a commitment to serving us as homeowners and business owners with integrity, right? That's a really big deal to operate with integrity in this role. So the property appraiser plays a major role in determining how much we pay in property taxes. And understanding this office helps you make informed decisions at the ballot box. If this episode has helped you, subscribe for the next one where we are going to break down the clerk of court. In some counties, it's called the clerk of circuit court. This office that keeps your legal and public records running smoothly. So let's take a second. Let's let that settle in and just know that the more you understand your ballot, the more powerful your voice becomes. And trust me when I say, once you start to see how all these pieces fit together like a puzzle, it really starts to make sense. So don't stop here. Follow me to the next episode. It was great spending this time with you today. Have a good one.